appreciate that, my friend. Mickey, you are 393. It's only 393 in a minute here. So Reagan, shaka, shaka. Lights out, quiet time. It's lights out, it's quiet time, buddy, buddy, buddy.
Quiet.
Yeah, I'll let you T-bone ice spots. T-bone ice spots on the island of Maui. I'm looking here. I'm trying to get with Mother Nature on this Sunday afternoon out here from the island of Maui. Icebox on the island of Maui. I'm reading on this mail. Come on.
Icebox on the island of Maui? Holy crap. Maui? Come on. Seriously? No way. I'm in Cody, Wyoming. There's no way.
Icebox in the station of Maui. I'm reading this mail now. Come on.
There ain't no way. Mexico City? Mexico City's got to be 2,500 miles from here. Every bit of that.
Back to this mail. Running his mouth. I'm a cheetah sitting up way out here from the island of Maui. Icebox on the island of Maui. Hello, icebox on the island of Maui. Cruising this thing on the runway and I'm reading this mail.
There ain't no way I'm picking up Maui. Somebody's baloneying somebody.
Fireball, mini glass. Fireball, mini glass. 511. Roger, Fireball, 511 on the Big Island. Aloha.
See if we can go get some more Mexican stations here. Somebody down in Mexico. They use a lot of those low channels down in Mexico.
Cable TV and all that crap, so you don't really hear internet too much. Well, you can, I guess, if you're on Spotify or something, but you shouldn't have to run anything if you got a good antenna.
Yeah, and I got a crappy antenna.
I do now, not because I listen to you locally on one antenna and talk to these guys on a different antenna.
Anybody?
Well, we have to work on it. Summer's coming. We can build and make happen over there.
If anybody's got any questions about CBs, I'd be more than happy to answer if I can. I've only been CBing for about 35 or 40 years. Let's go to the ubiquitous. Pretty quiet right there. We might try this other rig and see if we can't pick up something with this other radio. At least nobody's on here got the mic queued down and playing terrible music tonight. What nobody realizes is your cell phone is essentially just a CB. It's actually a radio frequency. That all of that information flows on a radio signal. So you're all just carrying little miniature CB radios, ham radios in your pocket. That's why you have to be line of sight of your cell phone towers. Or else they don't work. I'm gonna try this other radio. So we're doing these radios. They will only work if you have a working microphone plugged into them. And of course, you have to have an antenna plugged into them. And not only does you have to have an antenna plugged into them, it has to be a good antenna. This is my son's radio. He took my crystal radio that I had. It was the older version of this. And
Bye-bye, Trailblazer. I got it all that time around. Trailblazer, take care, man. Have a good Sunday evening out there. Icebox on the island of Maui. I'm back on this mail. Bye-bye.
If anybody knows how to change the color of this, let me know. I've been fiddling with that for an hour and I can't figure out how to change the color. Apparently there's 4 different colors the back screen on this can be, but I don't know how to change it. They just don't. These digital rate CVs like this are cool, but they just don't have the soul of the old analog ones. Maybe that's just because I'm old enough that I grew up on the analog radios. But apparently it's got to be something because I have this exact model uh, in analog, and my son took it and put it in his truck.
Push and pull icebox. Hello, push and pull icebox. Hello, push and pull icebox. I'm way out here on the island of Maui. I'm reading a man.
Cannot believe that guy's on Maui. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. I'm picking up anybody from Maui.
It's all about this day, too, man. Some has been a part of the conversation in Hollywood, Wild South, Cape Mine, all the boys in America, man. Anyway, it's all got these singles, man. It's just an instant. Sometimes it's got these singles, sometimes they just aesthetic, they're too much aesthetic, and the aesthetic's fucking everything up for everybody, man.
That guy had an Australian accent. The speaker in the other one's a lot better than this. Something in the background's really loud. Going through the dead zone here. Maybe that's something in the shop that's causing it. And if he's in Hawaii, that's crazy. Getting a lot of background noise, and I don't know what that's coming from. There might be a bad transformer out there on the road somewhere. These so-called lit up CVs, and they don't light up the dials, so you can't see what you're steering. Well, I just thought I'd get on and do something a little different today with the other hobby that I have, one of the many. This was the internet of the 70s and 80s. This is like being on 4chan. But we're kind of in between right here now on our timing with the sun going down. We're not picking up anything good. So maybe if I start picking something else up good on here, I'll come back on. Turn the gain all the way up. Turn the squelch up a little bit.
Right on that. 16-0. Put it in time. Icebox with the shocker wave. I see you now. Take care, 16-0. I'll see you later, man. Appreciate the bump down and the get back. 16-0. Icebox on the island of Maui. I'm out of here. Bye bye bye. Hey, hello, right back to you. That was too damn quick, man. You're keying up too fast. Hello, right back. I didn't get the 28, but I'm going to put the wave right on that icebox on the island of Maui. I'm reading this now. Bye, bye, bye. Hey, I'm at 2112, Icebox, 82112. It's been a long time. I'm 2112, Icebox on the island of Maui. Frontier, man, 82112. Yes, it has been a real long time. Good to hear you up on the band, man. 2112. Icebox working his brand new antenna on the island of Maui with the shocker wave 2112. Icebox on Maui.
If he is actually in Maui, that is crazy because I am in Cody. This is in Cody, Wyoming. How far is Cody, Wyoming from the island of Maui? I'm calling bullshit on that. So I can hear him, but there's no way I can talk to him because I don't have enough rig to talk back to him. I don't have enough rig to talk back to him. What the heck happened there? I lost my power for a second. That wasn't good.
Put it on the way. I appreciate it. My station on the island of Maui. Back on home.
Well, we'll try it. I don't think he's going to be able to hear me, but we're going to try it. Break, break, break. This is Cody, Wyoming. Cody, Wyoming. Getting back from the icebox on island of Maui. Can you hear me? Over.
Man, did Mother Nature just drop out? What the hell's going on, man? It just got quiet all of a sudden. Did Mother Nature just drop out? I was just having fun. Icebox on the island of Maui. I'm reading this mail.
Break, break, break to the island of Maui. This is Cody, Wyoming. Cody, Wyoming. Can you copy? Over. I don't have enough juice for this. I certainly don't have enough antenna.
myself now. I'm seeing
Do you actually think that I'm picking up somebody from Maui on this 3 or 4 watt radio? So I'm hearing Maui, but I'm not hearing the guy from Washington. And there ain't no way that either of those guys can hear me. I just don't have enough juice. I guess I ought to get a better, bigger rig. You can order them off of eBay. But that's called skipping. We're listening to the skip from halfway around the world. Can you get much farther from Cody, Wyoming than Hawaii? This might get better as the sun goes down. We had a lot of chatter. We had a lot of chatter earlier on a couple of these channels, and then, as the sun goes down, the skip changes, and you go through little phases where you don't pick up anything. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll just pick a channel, and then I'll just leave it there, and I'll go on about my day. And if it starts getting some chatter on there, then I'll come back and pay attention to it. See, we're picking up something, but we're not picking up, it's not anything distinguishable. He must have a heck of a radio, this guy. He must be putting at 50 watts or better. He must have a heck of an antenna, too. That's got to be 3,000 miles or better. Oh, there we're picking up. So that's the other guy. It's the guy that he's talking to. You can tell he's got a power mic. Pretty interesting.
Hey, listen, nobody. How bad is 66? Is he a bad man? Is 66 a bad man? Hey, listen, nobody. I'm wondering.
Old school. Old school tech. See, we can turn that gain down to where you don't get nothing. The trick is to get it fine adjusted. Kick that squelch up. That's called the squelch that I just adjusted there. And then over here is the radio frequency gain. See, it's a fine line between having that squelch up too high and not high enough. I can turn that up, and when this meter goes up, I know that somebody's coming on there, and I just can't hear them. Like when it jumps over here to 7 and 9, like that. So I'll turn that squelch up a little bit. Meter jumps. So the atmosphere is changing a little bit. You can hear them getting weaker now, see? This is a Cobra. I guess it's the new style night watch. So I've got an old night watch over here. This is the newer digital version. I have one of these that is the old version. Yeah, CB. Like a 3.5 or 4 watt CB. But I've been picking up skip. Earlier we were picking up skip from Mobile, Alabama. Well, that would be what, a long wave 11, isn't it 11 meters, something like that? That gives you the megahertz right there, 27.085 megahertz. So the fact that we're actually listening to somebody who's on the West Coast, then I was listening to some guys that were in Mexico earlier, and I'm in Cody, Wyoming, which is, I mean, anywhere in Alabama is 1,800 miles. Yeah, I can't pick up the ISIS. I think we're on the wrong side of the world for that. But I guess this guy's in Hawaii, and that's got to be what, 3,000 miles or better? How far is Hawaii from Cody, Wyoming? That's pretty interesting. I like to hear all the different. Certain times of the day, you hear certain places better. Yeah. Back in the day when truck drivers actually spoke English in this country, no offense to anybody who doesn't speak English, but in the day when truckers actually spoke English in these countries, these were a very handy thing to have in. Yeah. We had a really bad wreck down in Green River last week. There's some tunnels down in Green River, Wyoming, and we had a really, really bad wreck. And like it was 40-car pileup in that tunnel. Killed 4 people. Killed 3 people? 3 people. Killed 3 people. A whole bunch of people hurt. And if those guys had had a CB, they could have probably avoided a lot of that wreck. Yeah. But everybody goes, oh, well, that should be mandatory that everybody has CBs in the truck, but it doesn't really matter if you can't speak English. The CB doesn't do you any good. I'm kind of waiting for the stratosphere to change a little bit, and then I'm going to roll back through the channels and see if we can't pick up something else. Thanks for the likes, everybody. So this is a digital, yeah, appreciate that. This is a digital rig that my son got, and I'm an old school analog guy. So here's the old analog radio that I've got. Night watch. We're trying this one tonight. My son took my analog one that I have like this out, and he put it in his truck and left me this. It's not nearly as cool as my analog one, but I guess there's a way to change the colors, the background colors and everything on this, but I don't know how to do it. Well, let's go through that. Let's turn that squelch down a little bit. Turn the volume down a little. We'll roll through them. I was picking up some stuff there earlier, but the skip comes and goes as the world rotates. You know? What's that? I got quiet. Well, that's weird. A lot of times you'll pick up channels from Mexico or people from Mexico use low channels. This is my preferred channel, 11. Yeah, me too. Crystals in radios. This radio's got crystals in it. This right here. I don't think this one does. I think this is all digital now. I don't think there's any crystals in this radio at all. But it's cool. You know, the bad part about crystal radios, like this radio was made in like 1992 or something. This one over here, and so I had to take it in and have the crystals adjusted because they have a lifespan. They get out of tune. Yeah, I'm 10 years older than you. But so I got. But on a good note, we have a really good radio guy here in Park County, Wyoming, and he tuned that radio up for me. Hello, hello. We're going old school tonight. It's we're just going through a weird patch on the. Man, we had a lot. There was a ton of people on earlier. Blockbuster, yeah. I got nothing to watch Blockbuster on anymore. I don't have anything that I could put a Blockbuster anything in. You'd have to rent the tool to rent the movie with Blockbuster. See, we're going through a weird patch now. There's not much on. Do they even make a computer anymore that has a where you can put a floppy disk or a CD or something in it? Oh yeah, I had an Oldsmobile with a cassette player. I'm old enough that I had 8-track tapes. That's how old I am. Well, I don't own a computer, so this right here is probably the closest thing to, well, in the phone, of course, the closest thing I have to a computer. So I love this old radio. See, that cleaned it up a little bit. I turned the noise blocker on. We'll see. We'll see if that doesn't make a difference. I mean, the digital is kind of nice because you've got a much better. So earlier we was I can hear a lot, but I don't have enough amperage or a good enough antenna to talk to anybody. But I was listening Pensacola, Florida earlier, all over Alabama. I was picking up some South Texas and Mexico guys earlier. I actually got a link. I got links. I've got link. I just put some. I tagged some links for this particular radio and the one and this other analog one now, and they're not that expensive. Well, you can hear them, but you can't talk to them. In order to talk to them, you need to have a way to boost the amperage, which is illegal, but everybody does it, and you have to have a really good antenna. But it's fun on a clear night like this. You can pick up the skip, and you can hear people talking from all over the country. That guy says he's from Hawaii, but I don't know that he is. Earlier, there was somebody that sounded like they were from Australia. So hear that echo, that second guy, he's got an echo. He's using an echo mic, a Dynamic. So he's got a microphone. So he's got one of these microphones like this that takes a battery. And so he can boost his output. He can probably boost his output 3 or 4 um, watts with just a handheld mic. But there's a lot of guys that use amplifiers, just like you would use an amplifier for a guitar, for an electric guitar. They make amplifiers for these CBs, and you can get an amplifier and you can boost them up to 50 or 60 watts. And that's probably that guy who's talking from Hawaii. He's Well, yeah. I mean, if everything went to hell, this is what we're going to be. That's why I keep one around. I keep a couple of them around. Yep. You should be able to get set up for pretty good for under. I mean, it doesn't take much of it. Like these. There's a lot of cheap ones. Like you can buy these on Walmart.com. They don't have all of the fine tuning like this one does, but you can get one for under $120. And then an antenna will cost you 40, and I think I paid 40 for this power supply. So for under $200, you can get set up with a pretty good system. And you can use it, like the antenna that I have is a magnetic based one. So I can take one of the antennas that I have as a magnetic based one. So I can take it to the car, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I've got a GMRS. My son and I both have those Baofengs. Yeah, we have Baofengs. And a GMRS, that'll reach 15 miles. This is to talk. This is good. If you've got it set up good and you've got your SWR set up good, you can talk 4 miles on this. I can talk to everybody around Cody on this radio. If you get up high, you can talk 8 or 10 miles. If you're up high someplace and you got a really good, you've got a really good antenna. But they were really designed for 2 or 3 or 4 miles. If you've got a GMRS radio license, they make a GMRS like this that you can put in your car. My son's got one in his pickup, and I talk to him all over the place. I can talk to him 15 miles out using my handheld with a longer antenna and his truck. In his truck with a I don't know 4-foot antenna on it, I can talk to him 12 miles away. No. For CB, 100-inch one is best. The long antenna for the CB, but they're hard to move around. So all I've got is I've got a magnetic one that I just run it out the window here to the shop, and I just throw it on the hood of the car. In order for one of those magnetic ones to work, you have to have a base on them, and you have to have them on some metal. Yeah, you got to have them on some metal, or else they don't work. So you got to like put it, and the more metal it has around it, it creates a magnetic field, right? And so if it's sitting in the middle of the hood of your car or on the roof of your car, they work really, really good. But see, this rig here, you can adjust it. It's got an FWR adjustment on it. So that's the good thing about this a little more radio. You can move it around, and then it only takes just a second to adjust the SRF, the SWR. You can calibrate it with these little better radios, and that makes a big difference. Yeah, I follow Black Bear Forge on all of his platforms. Somehow I managed to follow him everywhere. I don't know how I did that. But very little does he post that I don't see. Yeah. This is a lot of fun. It's something different. Oh, and here's the great thing about this radio. This is worth. So this analog one, I got rid of the analog that I had that had the Weather Channel in it. But check this out. Check this out. So this one's got. So this is NOAA radio. Cool. Chance of precipitation 30%. But everybody should have a radio that can have this channel or a Baofeng where you can pick up the weather channels. Because when your cell phone's not working, this will always be there. Mostly cloudy with a chance of snow showers in the morning, then partly cloudy in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 30s. North winds 16 to 25 miles an hour. Chance of snow 30%. So everybody should have this access to this, or at least access to this, like in their car or somewhere. Because this NOAA radio, it'll save your life, especially here where I live in Wyoming. It tells you when the roads are closed, and so. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you guys learned from me. So it is completely dark now. The sun's gone down. You pick up the skip at the best time to pick up the skip is about 2 hours before it gets dark and about an hour or two before it gets light and after it gets light. It's the best. See, now it's all quieted down. Not much on there now. Everything kind of gets mixed up after the sun goes down. I don't know why that is so freaking quiet. That's weird. That's really weird. Well, I understand that. See, these low channels like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you pick up a lot of Spanish, Mexican, South Texas, South Arizona, but a lot of Mexico. I was listening to somebody from Mexico City a little bit ago on here. If I ever get to a place where I'm actually going to set up and I'm never going to move, I'm putting up a big antenna. I'm going to put up a big antenna so I can actually talk back and forth to people. And I'm not a big ham guy. I don't want to be a ham radio guy. Those guys are just weird. Those guys are weird. But I might do GMS, and I'm definitely going to have a CB. But I've been a radio guy since the 70s. So it's pretty quiet now. Let's see if we can talk to anybody locally. Break, break, break. Looking for a radio check. Anybody out there copy? Over. Break, break, break. Looking for a radio check. Anybody out there got their ears on? Come back. So what everybody doesn't realize is your cell phone is essentially just a really fancy version of the CB. The reason that they have to have so many cell towers around is because the radio signals that are produced by your cell phone are line of sight. And so you got to have line of sight in order for your cell phone to work. That's why there's so many radio towers around. So everybody's cell phone is just a really fancy version of this CB. And instead of sending out an analog signal, it's sending out a digital signal. So in theory, you should be able to program your cell phone to pick up some of these channels. I'm not exactly sure what frequencies your cell phone works on, but I'm sure it's pretty long. They must be long frequencies because they're all short. They're all short distance frequencies. Well, it's pretty quiet on here now. I might come back later if it looks like it's gonna there's gonna be some chatter. It's so much fun I just love listening to the guys from down south. There's Grantsville, Texas, right there. right, thanks everybody. That was kind of fun, a little learning. Always love teaching everybody about stuff, especially this old school stuff that nobody knows about anymore. Wouldn't be bad to have one of these. If you're a prepper kind of a guy, this is how news is going to get transferred at some point. So there's somebody from Grantsville, Arizona. All right, everybody, have a great evening. Have a good Sunday evening. I'm out. That's almost an hour. Been on almost an hour. We'll talk to you guys later. Catch you later. Get hot-headed, always wear your safety spoons.